ODI World Cup semi-finals, England 1992. Chasing England's target of 252, South Africa needed just 22 runs of 13 balls to reach the finals. And then it began to rain. The umpires walk off and the covers come on. With the game shortened, ICC statisticians went to work calculating how many runs would be needed. The result shocked the cricketing world, probably costing South Africa a place in the finals. 22 runs of one ball. This is the way it was calculated. 12 minutes of rain cost 12 balls or 2 overs. According to the most productive overs method used earlier to determine the new target, runs from 2 of the lowest scoring overs were to be minus from the total. Unfortunately, they happened to be Merrick Pringle's 2 maiden overs that he bowled against England, the side batting first. So 0 runs were reduced from the target. The famous player and commentator Christopher Martin Jenkins on radio was exasperated.
Surely someone somewhere could come up with something better.
As a result of this absurdity, 2 English statisticians, Frank Duckworth and Tony Lewis, devised the Duckworth-Lewis DL method that came into play provided both sides have batted for at least 20 overs.
We realized that it was a mathematical problem that required a mathematical solution.
The DL method was an attempt to set a statistically fair target for the chasing team, which was of the same difficulty as the original target.
Had the system been fair, South Africa's target would have been reduced to 4 to tie or 5 to win off the last ball.
The DL system relies on what it calls resources, wickets in hand and overs remaining. For example, if the team batting first made 254, that is using all possible 10 wickets and in its fully allotted quota of 50 overs, and then it rains and the game is reduced to 45 overs, then the team batting second has 10 wickets, but only 90% of the overs. Then the score for team 2,
28 to tie and 229 to win.
When overs are lost, setting an adjusted target for the team batting second is not as simple as it seems, because a team with 10 wickets in hand and 50 overs to bat will play more cautiously than a team having 10 wickets in hand and 25 overs to bat. It is also possible that the chasing team's target is adjusted upwards. Take this example from ESPNcricinfo.com. Team batting first makes 300 runs in 50 overs. If it rains and the overs are curtailed now to 25, should the target be half 151?
No, because it is unfair for the chasing team to have 10 wickets to get 151 in 25 overs.
The new target will be 192. Rain can fall anytime, and each time a new target is calculated. Another example shows when you lose wickets is as important as the number of runs scored. New Zealand was 67 for 1 in 9.3 overs when rain fell and went on to make 291 in 45 overs. But Australia's 46 over target remained at 291 because rain fell early in New Zealand's innings when they still had 9 wickets, so they had enough time to make adjustments. Had they lost more wickets and been 67 for 4 and then finished with the same total of 291, Australia's target would have been reduced to 284. If the batting team senses that rain is imminent, the smart thing to do is keep wickets in hand to ensure they maximize the benefits of DLS. In 2013, ICC appointed an American-born but Australian-based data analytics professor to make the system more accurate, now called Duckworth-Lewis turn or the DLS system. The improved DLS considers 2 scoring patterns by the side batting first, below 250 runs and above 250 runs. If the team has scored below 250, it means it's a low scoring game and each run is slightly more important than if it had a higher total. The 2010 England-West Indies World T20 match showed that while DLS is fair for ODIs, it was still unsuited for T20s. Chasing 192, West Indies were 31 for no loss in 2.2 overs. After a rain interruption, the target was revised to 60 in 6 overs. Most experts, however, felt the target was too little. Really, it should have been between 65 and 70. So we altered the system universally in such a way that if the same thing happened now, it would show a pass score of 66 runs. Since our captains need to keep their focus on cricket and not on math, the chasing team is given a pass score sheet based on wickets lost. Pass scores for this Australia vs Bangladesh match after 20 overs were: no wickets 41 runs, 1 wicket 48 runs, 2 58, 3 wickets 69, and if they lost 4 wickets, the pass score would have been 84 in 20 overs. So the chasing team knows exactly how many runs are required in case of rain. Pass score means a tie, par plus 1 equals a win. Statistically, chasing a target offers a slight advantage anyway, but rain-affected games give no additional advantage to chasing teams. In his interview with Vijay Tagore, Steve claims that power play overs and normal overs are not statistically different. While more runs are certainly scored in power plays, more wickets are also lost. Though Virat and Rane are different types of batsmen, DLS does not take individual performances into account, but does differentiate between top and lower order batsmen. While BCCI plays by the DLS system in international cricket, for domestic cricket it uses its own VJD method. My method uses 6 scoring patterns as compared to DLS's 2. With the ODI World Cup once again in England, many matches will be rain affected. So when the cameraman shows DL target on the scoreboard, Bizbo readers will be completely clued in.
Bizbo's Limerick. There's a statistical system called the DLS, so that when it rains, you don't need to guess. The target score before it pours, and the game is washed out, and we end up playing chess.
Subscribe to Bizbo's channel and be sure to click on the bell icon. Be the first to know when Bizbo releases a new video.